Sylvia Lucas with 4 of her MECs, and we're talking about this province and its prospects for the future as they try to attract investment and develop the economy for the betterment of all the people in this particular region. All right, a little bit before the break, we heard from our MECs and the Premier talking about various aspects of their areas of jurisdiction, and I invited you, as well as the audience here, to share their thoughts with us. And so let me start with some questions that have come through from Twitter, and a guy called Edwin Mutelesi says, Premier, unemployment and a lack of small business development is discouraging the hopes of street men in this province. How do you respond to that? Or is that a question for economic development? MEC Block? This is Edwin Mutelesi. He says, unemployment and a lack of small business development is discouraging the hopes of street men on the street in this province.
Well, we have a fund called Economic Development Growth Fund that specifically targets SMMEs. And we're targeting them to allow them firstly to grow, but secondly to invest in their business. We have now invested money into a bed factory, which initially started only as a bed factory. It's supplying beds throughout the country and to SADC region. But now they have a second component that they've added, making furniture. And we're linking that furniture they make to RDP houses, because many of our communities, once they receive houses, they don't have the basic furniture. That's but one example. In many other areas we've started, in the outreach we had as an EXCO, when we go to an area, you pick up people that really need basic startup. We are able to help those people with that basic startup. Together with CEDA, we're also helping those that lack proper business plans and sometimes proper training. The reason why many small businesses collapse is either a lack of capital or lack of mentoring and training. And that's the area that we're investing in. Because one of the things we're discouraging people is to go into business that is oversaturated. Catering, for instance, is oversaturated. Security is oversaturated. We're saying, let's look at something different, something that has got meaningful change in a community. And that's what we're encouraging our people to do. Because the spaza shop concept is no more working. It's oversaturated again by mainly foreign nationals. And that's not where we want to go to. So we are working with some of the banks to see if we can channel that kind of funding. But we have to take people through a stringent process of training. We have to take them through the process of building their capacity, but also make sure that after the business has been given the funding, that it succeeds. We have created more than 420 opportunities just through that fund, and that is but a small contribution that we make. We have a similar relationship with ABSA, where they also do the similar kind of funding to small businesses. Okay. But again, there, people will have to go through the proper processes. You have to be registered, you have to be capacitated. So we are doing something, but the bulk of the people, particularly those that are on the street, we've started a program called Men on the Street, to try and discourage people from standing at the corners looking for employment. Some of them have gone through training, but sometimes because the training takes long, people feel discouraged and they move out. So there are initiatives that are ongoing. We are engaging with municipalities. Sometimes your problem is the bylaws in many of our municipalities, and we are trying to see how we can cooperate. That's why we've developed a provincial local economic development strategy that incorporates the work that municipalities do.
All right, MEC, thank you very much for that. Let's go to table number 12. Is that Molefe Mohapi? Table number 12. If you could stand up, yep.
Thank you. My name is Molefe Mohapi from Red Cross Society. I just have 2 summarized questions. One, maybe this one needs a bilateral with the MEC of Housing. It relates to the status of the Red Cross, because the Red Cross is acting as an auxiliary organization during disasters, migration, and vulnerable people. Secondly, relates to what are the plans with regard to climate change, because it will not be that everything will be smooth. So I just wanted to find out what about climate change strategies relating to migration and adaptation feasibilities and so on. Thanks.
Okay, now, the nature of this beast is that we've got to take commercial breaks to specific points, and one of them is now. So you've got a couple of seconds to think about the answer to that, and we'll get it straight after this.